Hey there, how are you? This is Miss G. Hi, everybody. Let me move this over. I always get my kitchen. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let me turn this out. How are y'all? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Miss G, 50 Shades of Glow. Africa awaits. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Africa awaits. Travel and repatriation. Today is Wednesday, and I hope everyone is well. What is going on? Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Um, I'm so excited tonight because found another gem. Of course, found another gem. Where's my pen? Found another gem we're going to talk about, and it is Lesotho. Hey, Kaden, welcome. Um, it is Lesotho, and Lesotho. Well, let me first introduce myself again. My name is Gloria Glow, and I am an avid traveler and travel consultant. I'll definitely assist you to curate Love Africa. Traveled, but I have now. Albert, welcome. Welcome to the Glow Tribe, Albert. Um, I have traveled to probably a couple dozen countries, but I have fell in love with the continent of Africa and just exploring. And I would get so many questions. So I decided back in like September, I said, you know what? Let's just go and talk about Africa. So that's where the title came from. Let's talk about Africa. And now, since the election, it is definitely required to now and talk about moving, traveling, and moving to the continent of Africa. So we are going through all of the countries. The first round we did, we talked about all the countries. This round now, hi, Miss Nakia. This round now, we will be looking at the travel and also to live there. So I'm excited about talking about Lesotho. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all have heard about Lesotho before today. Put a one in the chat. Before going through all the countries, I never heard of Lesotho. And does anyone know where Lesotho is? Anyone know where Lesotho is? I may give away a cool itinerary if someone can tell me where Lesotho is. You'll put it in the chat. I don't see the chat. I don't know why. Hey, Miss Bridget. I don't know why I don't see the chat, but I will give you your gift later. So I have it timed. So, anywho, let's get on and talk about the kingdom in the sky. Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that, why they call it the kingdom in the sky. So, for one, Lesotho is and has been a kingdom, has always been a kingdom, even though it wasn't so much colonized. They were minding their business, of course, and the Dutch wanted to take over. The Dutch tried to really attack them, and they had to go to get protection from the British. So that's how, so I guess adjacent uh, colonization, um, because the Dutch was fighting or attacking them with cannons, and all they had was sticks and stones. I mean, just terrible. And so they had to eventually, it was some missionaries that came, and the lead at that time, but on the British side, um, they had to go and seek protection from the British. But October 4th, 1966, Lesotho did get its independence, and it's a sovereign country. And what's so special about, different and special about this country, I'm telling you, it's so many layers to unpack, good layers. And so I'm just going to start off to say that I give Lesotho 5 African handbags, straight up, 5 African handbags. Because with this country, you experience the raw beauty of Africa and of what we know of Africa. Since we are, I switch my, if I'm looking odd, I switch my phone on the other side. So, um, yes. So, what we tend to gravitate to is Western type of living, like the Nairobi, the South, the South Africa, Johannesburg, Nigeria. Lesotho, ironically, is inside South Africa. Is that crazy? It is its own country, but it is inside South Africa. So when, the territories they were trying to take over, um, actually they had like a free state, and they were fighting over it. And they wanted them to be part of South Africa. They refused to be part of South Africa, because when um, South Africa got with the colonizers, um, the person that was over the part of Lesotho was like, no, hey there, Nzinga. They were like, nope, we don't want to be a part of that, and was very resistant. So they never joined in with South Africa, even though they smack in the middle of South Africa. Like, South Africa is like this. Well, just imagine, um, say you see Texas, right? And Houston or whatever, a city in Texas, but it's Texas. But no, Lesotho is a country, a separate sovereign country, not a city of South Africa. Has nothing to do with South Africa. Is that crazy? But it's in the middle of South Africa. I mean, things that are uncovered is just amazing, 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 amazing. And as I mentioned before, what's even more amazing in this 2024, all the way back to the ninth century, um, Lesotho was always a kingdom, and it still reigns with a king now. Has a king, has a prime minister, but the king is is basically just like a figure. He doesn't have any any rights to make decisions or whatever. He's just a figurehead or whatever. The prime minister is the leader that makes the decision and delegates over, their parliament and all of that. So they do have a king. It is still a kingdom, and it's just vast beauty. I think I may do. I think I'm going. I who who in the chat would love to go to Lesotho? We're gonna talk more about it, but who in the chat would like to go to Lesotho in like 2026, 2027, somewhere in there? This is a must do trip, because they have mountains that are just jaw dropping, breathtaking. It's a very mountainous country. I mean, yeah, very mountainous country, and a whole ton of fun facts with this country. Before we even get to the cost of living, you're gonna be like, okay, I got to sell my stuff and get out of here, right? I mean, it just continues. This is definitely a hidden gem. Um, so it is very mountainous, and Lesotho is the highest and the lowest elevation in the world. So yeah, they have the highest point and the lowest point, with the mountains and the valleys, and they have an area where it is waterfalls, and it's the waterfalls are amazing, and the waterfalls are very sacred. The Basotho people, so the country is Lesotho, but the people is the Basotho people with the B. Okay. Um, the uh, the falls from the Basotho people, they believe that the waterfalls are very spiritual, and like their ancestry and their spirits and everything like that is, you know re- coming from those falls. So they're very let me see, um I don't want to say spiritual, but it is, they really respect the falls because they feel that is part of their ancestors' spirits and speaking to them. Just beautiful, beautiful, jaw dropping, a must do, right? Um, the falls is about a 2 hour drive from the capital. The capital is called Masuru. Okay, it's Masuru. Lesotho overall is a very small country with a small population, so it's not overly done. And if want to get, if you want to, step it up or whatever, you get kind of bored. They do have great nightlife, and they do have entertainment. It's not just because we've talked about some eco cousin. We've talked about, some eco tourism. This isn't, you can fit it into ecotourism because of the mountains and the valleys and the waterfalls and the snow-capped mountains. Lesotho, and this is Africa, has the most snow, like between it's May and October, covered with snow because of the mountains, because they have the highest peak in the world and the lowest, So that's where they get. Hey, Courtney. My Glow Tribe is in the house. Um, Welcome, Glow Tribe. Um, yeah, so that's where they get the name the kingdom in the sky, because it is a kingdom and it is at the highest peak in the sky. Okay. So every single mountain there is extremely unique. Um, and it's the highest country in the world, as I said. And then even though the country is landlocked, it still has some rivers and streams, and the water is clear, clean, and pure. Because again, like I said, it's not overly saturated. They do encourage tourism, but since it's so vast, it's not, you can be the only one around. Um, and they operate like very simple. Like they have very little cars, and their main mode of transportation is horses. So if you want to, go down near the waterfalls, down at the cliffs of the mountains and everything like that, you would do horseback riding. That's a big, big thing. Uh, Being transported by horses. Okay. Horses are almost like, from the information I got, horses are just as regular as the camels that's like in Egypt and other places. Like all of this horses, horses, horses. Um, cars, all of that, no. So that's why you get that pure, just paradise, living and functioning there. So if you love the outdoors, if we're in the United States, most of us, unless the people that's on YouTube. Hey, YouTube people. Um, like if you love to go to like Arizona, or, even West Virginia, and you see, the different mountains, the lush, it's that vibe, but like on 1,000%. Like this is a must do um, trip. And to get there, you would go into South Africa, because, like I said, it's in the middle of South Africa, but it's not part of South Africa. It's its own country, right? Um, the people, as I said, the Basuto people, they're extremely welcoming. Um, the country is extremely safe, almost no crime, respectful, super, super clean. Um, is very the structure, the business structure, government structure is very well organized. So it's like it's zero drama. So for those that, I would be addressing probably folks that are thinking about like a retirement and just want to chill, but just have enough to do what is necessary, but not too much. And you can always go to South Africa, because South Africa is right there if you want to turn up. South Africa is right there. Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, all is right there because it's in the middle of South Africa, right? So, but this place just seems so chill, and it's just ultra paradise, ultra paradise. Y'all have to look it up, after we get off. And but let me see. The um Even though most people have not heard about Lesotho, um, Lesotho is like unknown, but not really. It has its foot, and it has its power uh, in a lot of places, big places. And they are part of the United Nations, the African Union, the Commonwealth of Nations, and then it's the Southern African something. So they're not like a little whatever country that everyone is just ignoring. No, 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 no. They have status. And the reason why they have status, guess what, y'all? Guess what? Y'all put in the chat. Put in the chat, y'all. Hey, Glenn, what's up? Welcome. Put in the chat, y'all, so I can send y'all whoever puts in. I'm going to time it. I'm going to see what the timing is. Whoever puts in the chat why they have the status, I'm going to send you a itinerary for Lesotho. Put in the chat. Put in the chat. I'm going to give y'all like a minute. I'm going to talk about some other stuff. So, um, a lot of cool things about Lesotho. As I said, they got their independence in 1966 from the British. That was basically protecting them from the Dutch because the Dutch came in with guns and all of that, and they were like helpless. They were throwing rocks at them while the Dutch had freaking cannonballs. Just whoo, things just never change, right? So it's about 2 million people in the entire country. So as we said, it's small. The capital is Missouri, and even though it's a capital, it's not too much. It's just enough. It's just enough, and it is a connecting highway from Lesotho to South Africa. Uh, it's about 1,000 miles. It's what it's, they said it's a loop that goes around Lesotho to connect to South Africa, and they said it's 990 kilometers. So I would assume um, that's around 1,000 miles. Okay. Um, what else? The language. The language is based from a Congo language, okay? The Bantu tribe that, has been common all throughout the country. But uh, Congo and English is their main language, okay? Is their main language. And we're going to get back to that when we talk about, of course, the employment if you want to, work or have employment. We always go back to English teachers because all of the countries want their people to know how to speak English. That is schools that um, have English part of their curriculum. All of the private schools, the kids get taught English, and they get taught English 4 days out of the week. Like in Kenya, the private schools, they get taught in English 4 days out of the week, and on Fridays they speak in Swahili because they know that English is a global language that they're able to do business and everything. If you don't know English, you have a lot of limitations to um, resources, opportunities, business. So most places, that's why everybody would like teachers to teach, even though you're not a teacher of what is required here. As long as you can speak English, um, they want you. They want you. So a couple of other fun facts. So if people saw Black Panther, right? The person, one of the people that I guess was the brains behind Black Panther and Wakanda and all that. So some of the garments in Wakanda, it's called was taken from uh, Lesotho, and it's a blanket that the Basotho people wear. That's just part of like their garb, like in certain places it's the kente, and then in certain parts of West Africa you have certain fabrics and whatsoever. In East Africa, I forgot what they call that dress that's real light and airy. But in Lesotho, the Basotho people, it almost looks like, I don't want to say a parka, but it looks like a big quilt, but it has um, different uh, designs, and the designs, and I'm not sure if people know this. I've spoken on it, a couple of times, that when you see um, African dress, right? So it has meaning. It has meaning. So certain African fabric and designs dictate your status, your income status of where you are, or your rites of passage. I didn't know that until when I started, researching this, and because I noticed that, like in West African culture, um, when I got married, the fabric was made in Sierra Leone, and the fabric that my then husband was wearing, it was like the white cotton. It was just beautiful, and then it had gold stitching all through. I didn't know it was a difference. I just thought it was pretty. But when you see the people like in Coming to America, and you see all of the different, it's just so regal that a lot of those, well, all of those outfits, the fabric classifies like where you are status. You know what I'm saying? So I just recently understood that. So now it's like it's 30 years later, but I'm like, oh, okay. And I knew that, my past husband's people, they were comfortable. Okay. So that was a reason why. So with the Basotho blanket, it represents the rites of passage with young men. Then uh, they give a blanket to the wife after she's had their first child. So it's a lot of meaning behind the Basotho blanket, and it was a one of the key outfits in Black Panther and Wakanda. So y'all got to check that out too. So I'm gonna go back. I gave y'all some time to put in the chat. Bonita and Melissa, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I gave y'all time to put the answer in the chat of for Lesotho to be such a small country, but they all into, United Nations, they represented. You know why? They like the diamond capital. Diamond, like, not like, okay, little diamonds. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Lesotho, little known fact, Lesotho not only has diamonds that South Africa is known for the diamonds, but Africa's sitting on diamonds. We already know that, right? Africa has about as much diamonds as they have dirt. It's crazy, right? So um Lesotho has, they're known for the largest, they have the third largest ever found diamond. Okay. They are known for producing. So if y'all want to stunt and get whoever a, a rock or ring for real, and y'all going to Africa, y'all got to go to Lesotho and go to the jewelers. But their diamonds are so exclusive that they're sold at auction. Like I really never even heard them say that they have um, jewelers. They probably do. They probably do. But Lesotho is known to have the highest quality diamonds in the world, not in Africa, in the world. So we're thinking, because Sierra Leone has diamonds, South Africa has diamonds, all these places have diamonds. But Lesotho, they are known for the largest diamonds. They've had the third largest diamond ever made or found or whatever. But they have the highest quality diamonds, period, in the world. To where they when the diamonds are really finished unfinished, they're sold in Belgium. They're not even sold in Lesotho. That's interesting. I'm not going to unpack that right now, right? We're not gonna go down that road. Okay. I'm trying to be a nice, a gentle, a Gloria. But anyway, but that's where their diamonds are sold in Antwerp, Belgium. And people come from all over the world. So it seems like a Sotheby's type of thing. And that's where their diamonds are sold. So I don't want to say, because I'm not close enough to it, that it's probably exploiting, but because Belgium has nothing to do with Africa, but they are, that's part of their exports, so they are making some money. But the country still, from the diamond production, it should be a little bit, it should be like Botswana. Okay, so got to watch whoever with your good eye, those folks in Belgium. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. Okay, let me see. Since it is a kingdom, originally they had royal villages. Okay, they had royal villages, and to this day, they have a village that all of the, I guess, houses are made of clay, and um, it's under their excuse me, they call it cave dwellers, and they're made out of clay, but they're underneath a cave. And the reason why is because back in the day they had a drought, and and the so they didn't have any food. So the some of the people were starting to do some cannibalism to survive. So the other people built dwellings inside the caves to hide, so they wouldn't get eaten by the people. That's kind of crazy. But it was a drought, and it was no food. So they was looking at you like, So anyway, so to today, it is still there. They have it as a national monument. It's a tourist destination. The fourth generation people still live there. They still live there, and they are the ones that give the tours um, of and give the history lessons of the area. What I love about Lesotho, that till this day they have not allowed anyone to come in and take over, their history. And even when they had the opportunity to, be one country with South Africa, they refused to. They refused to. So you got to respect them for that, right? So let me see. Also, Lesotho um, is very veered by archaeologists because Lesotho also um, has had a history of having being very old, and um, they found traces like feet of like the dinosaur, the largest dinosaur. So they attract archaeologists, come there a lot to study the the areas and all of that. They have beautiful national parks, as I mentioned before. They have the waterfalls that it's just, you can look at the waterfalls, and when they say that it is connected, they feel that it's spiritual and connected to their ancestors and people. You can see that it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The peaks and how it's just beautiful. um, it is a lot of rural villages, and the only way to get there is by a tiny what is it? What do you call it? The Sinesta plane. But the gag is, I wouldn't get on it, okay? Because their airstrip, you their airstrip, because in a lot of those remote African places, it's not like an airport. You have an airstrip, like a dirt little path, and that's where the planes come. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. And the plane about this big, it fit like four people. And no, no, thank you. So they were saying that in that area where they do have one airport, um, major airport or whatsoever, but to get around for like medical and NGOs, they have to, and going into the rural areas, they have to fly on that plane. And they said it's one of the most dangerous um, flights to take because the airstrip runway is only like 400 feet. And then when it takes off, since it is high elevation, you have these cliffs, and the plane got to get over the valleys and the cliffs. Absolutely not. No. And then they said that the winds be crazy. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. So they said that it says my phone is getting warm. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. My phone is getting warm. I don't know why it gets warm. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I hate that. Yeah, so we're going to wait till uh, Facebook comes back on. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. My phone, they said my phone was getting hot, so I'm just going to hold my phone. YouTube people, Agnoff, what's up? Where are you from, Agnoff? I'm talking to the YouTube people. Agnoff, where are you from? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so anyway, so as I said, the diamonds, that's where you're going to get your rock. Okay, that's where you're going to get your rock. Okay. Um, oh, other cool stuff. So the winter where you see the snow all over, like covered snow, like what we had last week, is May through October. That's their winter. Okay. I'm looking at y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's their winter. May through October, full of snow. Then in December, they have some, even though it's a chill country, they still do a lot of celebration and a lot of activities that people that people will like. So in December, it's a an event called Roof of Africa, and it's thousands of people that's riding motorcycles all through the mountains. And this is a big event that happens every December. So that's pretty cool, right? So next thing is for you to start getting there, honey, and for you to start getting there. Guess what? Like I told y'all, even though we get treated a type of way in the United States, we still have a default privilege of being US citizens. That passport is worth Bitcoin. Okay, seriously. So there is no visa required. You do not have to um, um, apply for a visa to go to Lesotho. Did y'all know that? You do not need a visa. Just get your passport, and yellow fever shot is still required. Okay. And as we talked about the yellow fever, most insurances don't take it, but some do, depending on, but you can use your FSA. Okay. Y'all can use your FSA because um, the, um, uh, what's the name of it? The Sorry about that. The um, immunization is about 200 and something dollars. So is about 200, about 225. So it's not cheap. So I just think it's a pay game, right? So anyway, so no visa required, but you do have to get your yellow fever shot. And that is for US citizens, y'all. US, gotta look at y'all. I don't want the phone to get hot and cut off. Maya, welcome. US citizens are the only people that can go to Lesotho with no visa. Very good, as my girl Tab says, very good. All right. So let's get into. Oh, I want to say one more thing before I get into the cost of living. Okay. So they just redid their flag. And what I love about a lot of the African countries, that they have made it a point to dismantle anything that reminded them of their colonization, of their, before they were independent. And they've changed names of different things. They've changed flags. I really appreciate that. Because there's a place that I used to live in Virginia, and there's schools, and it's a Black neighborhood, and their schools and everything was named after Confederate leaders. So they had the opportunity to change the names, and they changed it to like the name of the street when the place had so much history, living history. They had people from the civil rights. They could have named it Obama. They could have named it so many things, but they were very comfortable when it and didn't do anything when it was named all of these Confederate leaders, and it's a Black town. And then when they had the opportunity to make that Black town even stronger with strong Black name, they decided to rename the schools like Flower Street or what. I'm like, okay. But anyway, so I really appreciate and respect a lot of the African, like Burkina Faso. Like, and that's gonna be another place. We got to go to Burkina Faso and hang out with Captain Ibrahim. Okay. But Lesotho, they changed their flag in 2006. Okay. So their flag had like a military and just, like a military, angry, harsh, whatever. They changed their flag in 2006, and the flag is blue, white, and green. And this is what it represents. Blue is the sky, white is the peace, green is prosperity. They the what do they call it? The emblem or whatever was like lion and military thing. They changed it to a hat, right? And the hat was a certain color. And then I think a couple of years later, they changed the hat to black to represent um, that as a black country, a black nation. Very fire. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we can love it even more. Okay, because I'm about to get into the cost of living. So, y'all, get your pen and paper because the cost of living is the bomb. Okay, so for one bedroom in the city center in Missouri goes for $200 to $400 a month. Okay, outside about $150 a month. A meal at a regular restaurant is about $5. Public transportation, one way is about 50 cents, and monthly is about $20. Um, how you pay for it is just the same way you pay for, the incomes. Now, since it's a big diamond exporter and mines and all of that, if you're into, what is it? You call jewelry. I forgot the name that you call jewelry. Um, but the big thing is if you have your degree, you can teach. You can teach. And if you don't want to go into the classroom, you can tutor remotely. So it's extremely easy to, and the people are very warm, very nice. And I was getting back to that. So, we are portrayed that, as a black people, that we're just so barbaric and angry and all of that. But when you go to the African countries, the people are always welcoming, warm. So that's where we came from. That's why this America has not like imploded on itself. Because if we operated in the same way the other folks did, America would not exist. And I know that's what they're afraid of. Okay. But we as a people, what time is it? Yeah, we as a people, and thank y'all for being part of the hour of power, the hour of power. We as a people are loving, are warm, are kind, are empathetic, all of that. That's what we are from the core. When they brought us over and trained us basically to be different. And it's unfortunate. But when you go back to the motherland, that's why we feel so much of a sense of connection. And we just, every single person that I know that's gone to the motherland, their whole aura is just like, oh my gosh, like they just like la. And people that I speak to that are now expats there, how they speak is totally different. It's weird. It's weird. It's like everyone just has like a real monotone, just chill, not dull, but they just chill because they have now calmed down. They're not on this high anxiety of what what's gonna come next. Oh my gosh. No, they chilling and they living life and they're happy and they're joyful. Don't we all want that? Don't we all want that? Put a one in the chat if that's what you want for your life. So I think that is it. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? I want to thank all of y'all for coming on tonight. That's number one. And then being a part of uh, Africa Waits, because I don't do the live on my personal page anymore. Um, we are, well, I am, and we are, I want to be a part of like minded people that, have a goal in mind. Who is this? Aster. Oh, we're good. That's not today. They're asking about Swaziland and Eswatini. So just to throw that out there to you, we did cover that a couple months ago, about 2 months ago, Swaziland and Eswatini. But now um, we are covering countries that you can also live in, and I think it's Eswatini. Like they don't want folk over there. So, it's kind of touch and go. And what I want to give to everyone that's coming in options of leaving the United States to go to a country in Africa where it's no drama, no political nonsense, that they can live like freely and just joy. But we will, yes, yes. Lesotho, the people are warm. This is my people. This is Asta. Hey, Asta Noah. Thank you. Um, Yes, they are warm. They are friendly. They have a great nightlife. Uh, Food is just beautiful. It's paradise, paradise in Lesotho. If y'all haven't heard of Lesotho to today, check it out. I'm definitely going to do a trip to Lesotho in 2026, 2027. That's a must, um, because it just seems so beautiful, beautiful, and it's affordable. It's more than affordable. It's $200 for a one bedroom in the capital. So what excuse do we have? What excuse do we have at all? So I think that's it. But I want to also tell y'all, definitely um, go in the link at the bottom. Go to Glamp Lux Travels, or to get the 12-month. People that are, you know, they're not sure on the process of planning to repatriate, to move, because it is a lot, and you should not do it just on the fly. Plan, step by step. So I have uh, I have a guide. I spent like a year on, along with research and my journey, because I am repatriating. So I'm doing it live, and it's nice. And then sometimes I'm like, oh my God. But I don't mind the journey. The journey is not going to be easy, y'all. Okay. The journey's not going to be easy, but it's all worth it. Definitely compared to what we have gone through here, and what we don't know what will go on next month, tomorrow, the next 4 years. So I don't mind a rocky road to get to. Hey, G, big G, big G. I don't mind a rocky road to go down the back street as long as I get there. Seriously. So, and we're going to cover all of the countries. And then we're going to start again getting into meat and potatoes about just the process, but definitely to start you off. Um, get the travel and repatriation step by step, takes you through 12 months. And then I also have companion guides that you can get for free, like your budget, your foods, everything like that. So go in the down in the link and get your book. That would be wonderful. And if you need to talk to me, uh, um, about travel, about repatriation. Would love to talk. Let's book a call. Let's talk and chat if you have any further questions. If not, we're gonna see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. And tomorrow, you know what we're gonna do tomorrow? We are going to talk about Mauritius. Mauritius is beautiful. Mauritius is an island country, drop dead gorgeous. You need to have some dough, but it's still less than the United States. Everything less than the United States, but you can definitely chill in Mauritius. Mauritius is beautiful. So we're going to talk about Mauritius tomorrow. Uh, I appreciate y'all. We're right there. Thank y'all for being part of the hour of power because knowledge is power. And also, Africa is power and powerful. So please get on the train, the plane, or whatsoever to be part of this Black Exodus movement. Not only that your life will, you can live a much better life. Economists have predicted in the next 10 to 20 years, the next round of millionaires and billionaires and African money trillionaires will come out of the continent of Africa. So if the business that you always wanted to open, you won't get discriminated. You won't get discriminated on where you want to put your business because everybody looks alike. So it's opportunity with opportunity with opportunity. So I want to thank y'all so much for being part of Africa Awaits, and I want to thank everyone that also puts content in. It's not just me. I love that the group kind of does its own thing. I welcome any of your information as long as it has to do with Africa travel, Africa Black business. Please start sharing Black business. We at February 1, I want to do like a day like all Black, whatever, all Black different business because we have to build up a community and put money back on our table because when we start taking money off of their table and they really see it because we are the number one consumer in the world at trillions of dollars. So we got to put money back on our table and build our community up, right? So in Africa Waits, if you see a Black business, please post it. Any uh, any Black African travel, please post it. I don't gatekeep. This is a community that we're going to share and learn from. And Monday through Friday, we're going to uh, cover countries that we can only not just travel to, that we can also live. And then we'll be doing scouting trips. So, October, we should be doing Ghana. December, no, the end of November, December, Seychelles. Then we in March we want to do Botswana. I definitely want to do Lesotho, and if anyone else has any suggestions of places that we can go. All right, let's go back home, y'all. Let's go back home. Mama calling us. Mama is calling us, and just like what keeps in my mind from Martin Luther King when he said we're going to get to the promised land. What did he mean by that? We assumed that promised land was here. It may be going back home because that's where we're from. This is where we were born. Just remember that. But I want to thank y'all. Y'all be blessed, be safe, and I'll talk to everyone. Thank y'all, YouTube. I love my YouTube. Where my YouTube people come from? They're always international. Asta and Agnoff, where are you from? Where are you from? Usually Facebook is in the States and YouTube is international. But I want to thank both platforms. Sudanese American. Yay. Thank you. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be talking about Mauritius. Take care, y'all. Bye. Thank you. Oh, Atlanta.